to me, but I obviously started hallucinating and becoming delusional, and at that point in time I called my physician back again, and they were trying to hospitalize me. But having been a pharmaceutical rep that spent my time in the corridors of mental institutions and in psychiatric wards, there was no way in HE double toothpicks anybody was getting my ass in a mental institution. So I fought and fought and fought not to go into a mental institution, because I knew from my own experience that once I got behind those closed doors, they could do anything they wanted to me. And once I got one of their major labels, then I was going to be a lifelong customer for the pharmaceutical industry, and I was well aware of that. So I went on my own alternative healing path after they had given me a total of 14 different antidepressants without a washout period, and I was a complete chemical basket case.
Yes. The FDA, Big Pharma, this is their conspiracy that will not stop until health freedom has been abolished, drug companies rule the nation, and every citizen has been diagnosed with a fictitious disease and drugged up on monopoly-priced pharmaceuticals. Is that over the top? Well, I don't think so, because consider everything that's going to be reclassified. Vitamins, herbal supplements, medicinal vegetable juices, massage stones, acupuncture needles, even biofeedback machines. The FDA experts will decide whether or not these should be used or not, whether they should be regulated or not. And keep in mind, these same FDA experts are the ones that reapproved Vioxx after 50,000 Americans died. So as I was researching this piece, I recalled a book I'd read about a year ago by Mike Adams. It's a very well-known naturopath. They call him the Health Ranger. He truly believes that most diseases can be treated or prevented without drugs or surgery. The book, Natural Health Solutions and the Conspiracy to Keep You from Knowing About Them. This national best-selling book documents decades of FDA-ordered book burnings, the raids on vitamin shops, the kidnapping of natural health practitioners, and the FDA's other threats and intimidation tactics.
The Food and Drug Administration recently stated they plan to restrict herbs, amino acids, and high-potency vitamins from the open market because they say they're not safe. Safety records show that supplements are over 2,000 times safer than over-the-counter drugs, and nearly 1 million times safer than prescription drugs. And scientific research shows supplements not only build health, but they can also protect against heart attacks, cancer, and other diseases.
Clinically significant nutrients are now illegal in the way that heroin is illegal. Not available with a prescription. Illegal. Every animal used for food on the planet, whether it has fins, feet, or feathers, every animal on the planet must be treated with subclinical antibiotics. Must be treated with subclinical antibiotics, and must be treated with exogenous growth hormones. Codex requires, mandates that all food be irradiated unless it's eaten locally and raw. All food, including organic food, of course. So is it organic afterwards? Go to Codex Alimentarius, do a Google search, and look, there are drop-down menus at the top of the official Codex page. Look at the toxins and the veterinary chemicals and the levels that are set. They are terrifying. In 2001, 176 countries, including the United States, got together and they said there are 12 really bad organic chemicals. They're called POPs, persistent organic pollutants. There are a lot of them, but there are 12 that are so bad that nobody could disagree that those 12 POPs had to be banned worldwide. Codex has brought back seven of the 9 forbidden POPs that 176 countries banned worldwide. Dieldrin, Aldrin, hexachlorobenzene. And the food that is imported from other countries that contains these substances cannot be stopped at our borders, because otherwise it would be, God forbid, a trade violation. That's how Codex works.
Tube of toothpaste. It says drug facts. I know it's a drug. If I were to give it to you, it'd have to be a prescription. That's for swallowing. When it comes to toothpaste, it also says don't swallow. And if you do swallow, contact a poison control center. Well, the amount of fluoride that they're talking about is a pea-sized amount of fluoride. You probably don't see that in advertisements, a pea-sized amount of fluoride. Usually when I see an advertisement, it looks more like a Dairy Queen ice cream cone. That amount is 1/4 milligram of fluoride. Well, that's the same amount of fluoride as what we find in 8 ounces of water. 1/4 milligram of fluoride, 1/4 milligram of fluoride. Don't swallow. If you do, call the Poison Control Center.
Have you ever heard the expression that there's something in the water? Or this expression, they're putting something in the water?
New worries tonight about the safety of America's water supply. In the first nationwide investigation of its kind, the Associated Press found that at least 41 million of us are drinking water that contains traces of prescription drugs. And now many are wondering, is our water safe?
Now, the water you drink may have more in it than you bargained for. The Associated Press reports that there were traces of drugs, including prescription medicines, in the water supplies of 24 U.S. metropolitan areas. They include anticonvulsants, mood stabilizers, sex hormones, and prescription drugs and over-the-counter pain medications. In Philadelphia, in fact, the AP says tests showed the presence of 56 drugs, including the antibiotics amoxicillin and tetracycline. Caffeine and codeine were among 7 drugs found in northern New Jersey water, and in Washington, water contains, among other things, small amounts of the painkillers ibuprofen and naproxen.
A shocking Associated Press investigation found various pharmaceuticals in the drinking supplies of at least 41 million Americans. Tainted water was found from New Jersey to California.
That these people that dumped this AIDS-tainted blood in foreign countries, who killed children, have not been taken to task with the United States?
It's worse than that. The U.S. government allowed it to happen. The FDA allowed this to happen. And now the government is completely looking the other way. Thousands of innocent hemophiliacs have died from the AIDS virus. And not only they're dying, their family members are dying.
In the WHO-FAO projections, the epidemiological projections, they estimate, not I, they estimate, they're the experts, that just the vitamin and mineral guideline alone, when it goes into global implementation on December 31st, 2009, will result in a minimum of 3 billion, that's B, bad, big, billion deaths. 1 billion through simple starvation. Those folks who die are not particularly economically successful from the point of view of the corporations. But the next 2 billion, they will die from the preventable diseases of undernutrition. Who will live? Probably those people who are wealthy enough and powerful enough to have their own pushers of clean food and nutrients. That's who will live. You and I? Probably not. Our children? Probably not.